Hello and welcome to Razzmatazz with Rashi. Our today's author has spent his formative years in the Middle East and India. He's a passionate blogger, an avid traveler, and he pens a variety of short stories, like from 6-word stories to 100-word stories. His essays and stories have been published in various anthologies, like Down the Road, Memoirs of Dreamers, and Minds at Work. He's been blogging for more than a decade now at Transition of Thoughts. This book is his first solo venture as an author. So let's welcome the author of Dread, Aseem Rastogi.
Thank you, Rashi, for giving me this opportunity to talk about my book today. Dread is a collection of 5 short stories that has been exclusively released on Blog Chatter. The common thread across all the stories is of fear. We all encounter fears in our lives at some point in time. It could be the fear of losing our loved ones, the fear of the supernatural, or even the fear of dying. This book is an ode to the human spirit to overcome any kind of problems and adversities in our lives.
I must say, the book sounds very interesting. So, is there a message that you would like to convey through this book?
I've always been very observant when it comes to situations around us. And my writing is a reflection and inspiration of the same. I love to explore different human emotions and behavioral traits. In this book, in all my stories, I have considered situations which we may encounter in our lives at some point in time. If you are on the way to a holiday, but things turn pear-shaped, what would you do? If you are going back home after a hard day at work, but encounter a tragic scenario, how would you react? If you go to work on a holiday but are going back late to home after work, would you be scared? I began writing by setting up my blog more than a decade back. Over the years, through my perseverance, I have been able to transition my thoughts into words, and hence the name of my blog, Transition of Thoughts. I have got the opportunity to learn from various esteemed bloggers and authors over the years and got a chance to be published in various anthologies, and also learned a lot of short fiction and flash fiction on the way, such as 6-word stories, stories in 10 words, stories in 5 sentences, stories in 100 words, and more. This book has the message of how humans have the perseverance to overcome any adversity, any fear, and any kind of situation they encounter in their lives.
Very well conveyed. And now, Aseem, I would request you to read a few lines from your book.
I would like to read an excerpt from my book for the audience. Total darkness had set in by then. By no means was it a quiet night. The entire reserve resounded with the sounds of all kinds of animals. All the while, Sam tried to contact someone on the walkie-talkie, but it refused to work. They tried their best to find their way out, but with the risk of low fuel, they had almost run out of options. Sam, I'm scared of death. For the first time in my life, I can see death in my face. I feel so helpless. Ginny was almost in tears with fear. Don't worry, Ginny. I'm sure if we can stay in this van for the night, rescue will surely arrive in the morning. Sam's voice couldn't hide his feelings. If you liked this excerpt, I would request you to download this book from the links in the description below. I will look forward to your comments and feedback. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aseem. It was wonderful to have you on my show. In my next episode, I'll come up with another interesting book and a wonderful author. So stay tuned and keep watching Razzmatazz with Rashi.